Hello everyone, we have exciting BreyerFest 2020 news today with the reveal of the BreyerFest 2022 celebration horse and model. I'll be showing you them in this video and giving my thoughts on them. The celebration horse is called Nicholas, and he is a German riding pony, which of course is a German breed. It was developed during the early to mid 1960s, and they are a very sporty type of pony used for various disciplines. Nicholas, aka Nico, is a champion in dressage. I personally think he is an adorable pony and a really nice choice for the BreyerFest Prost German theme. Nicholas's rider and trainer is Lauren Chumley, and his owner is Melissa Dowling, who in fact owns another horse who has already been turned into a Breyer portrait model, and that is Avatar's Jasmine. He is a Morgan that was released as a regular run on the Flash mold in 2020. If you want to see more and learn more about Nicholas, I will link the BreyerFest blog post and Breyer video about him in the description down below. Now let's talk about his model. Funny enough, when I first started watching the Breyer video about the celebration horse and I saw that Nicholas was a German riding pony, I guessed that he was going to be on the Flash mold, as it's a mold that can kind of suit the German riding pony. And I was feeling a little about that idea that the celebration model could be the Flash mold. It's just personally not one of my favorite molds. I do have a couple models on the Flash mold that I really like, but it just wasn't really my top choice of mold for the celebration model next year. But the Nicholas celebration model is not on the Flash mold. In fact, it is not on any of the previous Breyer molds. The celebration model is on a brand new mold called the German Riding Pony, mold number 815, sculpted by Bridget Eberl, who is a German model horse artist, by the way. Now, this is actually not an unusual thing for Breyer to do. Breyer has debuted brand new molds via the BreyerFest celebration model 4 other times. It first happened in 1998 with the celebration model Rejoice. The next time was in 2008 with Alborozo, who, as you probably already know, wasn't used again after that for any other releases outside of test models and raffle models. That is until he was turned into a little reversed version of himself as a stablemate. That isn't the case with the new German riding pony mold, by the way. Breyer is not breaking that mold after this release. This mold is going to be used again in the future. The following BreyerFest in 2009 is actually when Breyer debuted a new mold again, this time as Wizard's Baby Doll, aka Roxy. Then the last year that Breyer debuted a new mold as the celebration model was in 2016 with Emperador das Aguas JM. Now, when that mold was released, he was stated to not be used again in the United States until 2019. Which I'm guessing they said this to maybe try and draw people in to buy more tickets maybe for BreyerFest to get their hands on this new mold that wasn't going to be used again for a while and make it feel a little more exclusive. But due to the mold's lack of popularity, I don't think that really mattered too much in the end. Now for the new German riding pony mold, Breyer doesn't mention anything about this mold having any exclusivity like the 2016 celebration model or Alborozo, which means you'll likely see this mold show up as other releases within the next couple years. Let's discuss more about this model and how it looks. It is in a nice standing pose with its head turned to the left. This is not an uncommon pose for Breyer models or any model horses really. It is a very similar pose to other molds that Breyer has already done, for example like the traditional Idicus, the classic aka Freedom Series Show Thoroughbred. Even stablemate scale molds like Native Dancer are in the same pose. But despite this new mold being in a similar stance to these other molds, they are all very different from each other. They are all different conformation and are all sculpted by different artists with different artistic styles. They are also obviously all different sizes. The German riding pony mold is traditional scale, but it is likely going to be a little bit smaller than Idicus. We do have one picture here of Jamie holding the model, which gives us a little bit of an idea of his scale, and it does appear to be smaller than Idicus, but bigger than the classic scale Show Thoroughbred. This model has a short but quite full and fluffy looking mane, a long forelock on his face, and a long tail. This model has a lot of muscle and a wrinkle definition, particularly on the neck and shoulders. I'm not sure if this particular model shown is a prototype in resin or plastic. I'm kind of leaning towards plastic, but it is rather hard to tell in just this one photo of him. The reason I'm pointing that out is because a model does usually look a little different in resin compared to its final plastic release. This model is likely a prototype of sorts and is not going to be exactly what the final model looks like. For example, the paint job on this model also might look a little different here compared to the actual model that everyone will be receiving. On this model, it does show that its white markings are painted white. They aren't left to show just bare white plastic like a lot of Breyer models, but it is possible that the Celebration model maybe has a white base coat for the markings. That would actually be a really nice touch if they do that. It especially looks very nice for the pinking on his nose. I love that shade of pink and how bright and pretty it is. His little nose is just so adorable. The coat color on this model is also a very nice shade of buckskin, just like the real horse. And I love the little detail here of the spot and stripe on his back hoof. What's really cool about this model as well is, like those other Celebration horses in the past and some other Breyer portrait model releases, is that you can pretty clearly see that this mold was based after Nicholas himself, or at least it had a lot of inspiration drawn from this particular horse. Like the moment I saw this model, I just went, oh my gosh, this is definitely based after Nicholas. I'm personally very excited about this model. I think it looks lovely, and it is exciting to have another new mold release. It is crazy how Breyer has been able to keep up with so many new mold releases the past 2 decades. At the end of the BreyerFest blog post about Nicholas, they said, BreyerFest ticket holders will receive their very own Nicholas model. More information and tickets will be released soon, so keep your eyes on the BreyerFest blog. I am very curious to see how Breyer is going to handle tickets next year, because next year, for the very first time, Breyer is doing a BreyerFest hybrid event that will be both in person and virtual. I imagine we will likely be seeing new names, new prices, and new types for the different tickets for BreyerFest 2022. I will do a video covering all that information when it comes out from Breyer. Before we finish this video, I want to read the end of Breyer's post here about BreyerFest 2022 to give you an idea of what you can expect. It says, BreyerFest Prost will be celebrating all things German, from music and food to art, literature, and culture. Germany has a long, rich history, and we are excited to be bringing that to life for all our fans in the unique way only BreyerFest can. We have been inspired by the beautiful countryside, the folklore, the festivals, the food, and of course, the amazing horse breeds found all over Germany. In addition to information outlining how the hybrid experience will work, we've also got tons of reveals, workshops, contests, seminars, guest horses, and so many models. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really looking forward to seeing everything that Breyer has in store for us for next year's BreyerFest. I think it is going to be really great. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this year's celebration model, Nicholas. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for all things Breyer and BreyerFest. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone!